I feel like Super Mario in this thing.
I spent 2 days cleaning up an abandoned pearl farm in Shima, Japan. Come along with me and the locals as we attempt to revive a forgotten Japanese treasure. This is the Ago Bay in Shima, Japan. Part of the Mie Prefecture, it's known for its beautiful sights, delicious seafood, and above all else, its top-class pearls. Shima claimed its spot as king of the pearl industry in the 1920s, when inventor Kokichi Mikimoto patented his Mikimoto method. Indeed, for the longest time, Japan was unmatched when it came to the pearl game. But as we know, all good things must come to an end. Nowadays, Japan is faced with a serious problem. I joined local Kota Kawano in his project to reimagine his late grandfather's abandoned pearl farm. Alright, me and Monge's first mission of the day is to make room for people's luggage. Monge. Meet Monge. A local here in Shima, it's thanks to him that I first heard about this project last year. He's a real fun guy, and not to mention, he makes some amazing cocktails. After making room for more volunteers and tackling a broken door, we dive out into the rain to take on our real mission. Our goal is to remove as many nets as possible from the pearl farm's vicinity. Once used for pearl farming, these nets now pose a threat to the environment. We plan on reconstructing the walls lining the coastline, but this can't be done without removing these nets first. Let's get to it.
It's like an arm workout.
While cleaning up nets off the shoreline, we noticed there were some lodged deep into the sides of the island. Dirt and debris have accumulated over the years, making it quite difficult to dislodge them from their watery domain. No matter how much we cleaned, there was no end to the amount of nets that kept coming out. How did things get this way?
My grandfather used to work as a pearl farmer. In 2011, Japan has been hit by a big earthquake. And then the situation of pearl cultivation was not good. And then it was last hit by that earthquake and then finished. And 10 years ago.
Speaking now is local and head of the Umi Labo renovation project, Kota Kawano. Up until the great Fukushima earthquake of 2011, his grandfather, at the time 80 years old, had been working all his life as a pearl farmer. Kota's mission is to renovate his late grandfather's pearl farm into a place where people of all ages can gather to work and play, and by doing so, restore fervor to his beloved hometown, Shima City. As with all grand projects, however, this can't be done alone. Let's meet some of the people helping out Kota in his endeavor.
My name is Motoki.
I'm Yoshiki.
I'm Moeto.
川野幸太の父です。川野明夫と言います。
Hey, what's up?
出身は三重県の松阪です。
I'm from Shima.
I'm from Tsu.
I'm from Kyoto.
まあ地元ですね。はい。
今日は、My friends のコータのお手伝い。
今日は道をちょっと整備しに来ました。
Very exciting. So I want to learn more information.
はい。もう息子の幸太がまあ三重県を元気にしようと、地元を元気にしようという協力しようじゃないかと。うまくいくことだけを願っております。
Thank you very much. ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございます。
It's amazing seeing people from all over come to help Kota in his endeavor. Also joining us today is Mr. Mase. His company, Rimare, creates art out of marine plastic. Considering how difficult it is to remove from the ocean and the steep price tag most companies charge for doing so, it was really kind of him to offer to do so, on the house. He's a good friend of mine and doing nothing but good for the environment, so we definitely have to drop by his studio next time. Before we realized it, it was noon and we'd all worked up an appetite. Kota and his father treated us to bento, Japanese lunchboxes, and man were they good. It was lovely getting to know all the volunteers over some great food. By the way, did I mention I accidentally stumbled into a seaweed farm on the other side of the island? Despite it being my second time here, I had no idea such a place existed. The lovely grandma there said it was totally fine for me to take a look around. Thanks for the wonderful experience. After lunch, we got right back to it. We did decide to wrap up before it got dark though, as it can be dangerous operating boats without any lights around. So, where are we going next?
We are going to Super right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Super Sento.
SPA.
Oh, spa. Okay. I thought you were saying Super Mario.
No.
We'll see you there.
Yeah.
After a long day cleaning up the pearl farm, we decided to hit up the local sauna. As we've got another long day awaiting us tomorrow, we're gonna relax and take it easy tonight. Also, does anyone know why they call American coffee weak coffee here? Never really got that.
It says ikemen no yu. Let's see if it makes me an ikemen.
All that's left is to go to Kota's place for some food and drinks. We're all starving, so let's get going.
お疲れ様でございました。おかげさまで工事が4月から開始できそうです。はい。繰り返しですけれども、8月に完成予定ですので、皆様、その際にはぜひ来てください。で、8月まで何もないわけじゃなくて、キャンプを随時やっていきたいなと思うので、またアナウンスさせていただきます。では、今日は疲れてると思いますけれども、時間許す限りですね、食べて飲んで楽しんでいただければと思いますので。もう時間もない。はい。で、正義が今日は巻き寿司を作ってくれました。はい。で、ベンさんとモンゲが島の美味しいお酒と。はい。島のじゃないか。多分伊勢志摩の何かしら美味しいのも調達してくれたと思います。ありがとうございます。ありがとう。Thank you。で、後でですね、僕の父と妹の子供が来るんですけど、温かく迎えてあげてください。はい。はい。ちょっと長くなりましたが、皆さん持ってください。はい。お疲れ様でした。
Kanpai! That's cheers in Japanese. After a long day out in the rain, man, did this beer hit the spot. And the food, don't even get me started. Local and professional chef Mr. Masa made us some amazing sushi and other Japanese fares, and boy were they a feast. He worked at the Consulate General in France, and was the only Japanese chef aboard the cruise ship Diamond Princess. He recently opened up his own restaurant, and we're planning on doing a special lesson on Japanese food with the master himself. I hope you guys are looking forward to that as much as I am. We did a few more interviews to wrap up the night, and here's Kota on why he started his Umi Labo renovation project.
I was a little bit sad that, pearl cultivation was started in Shima, and this area was number one, before the car industry in Japan. The pearl, industry was number one in Japan to be successful for all over the world. But nobody knows about that. Then I heard that not only my farm, more than 200 pearl cultivation farm was not used. It was sad, and then I thought it was a little bit mottainai in Japanese.
Kota's mottainai is like, it's a bit of a waste that there are so many beautiful islands and places with all these farms that are not being used. That really is mottainai, I think. Yeah. And, this area is, aging people. Yeah. I mean, younger generation leave this area, to go to Tokyo and to Osaka, the big city, because of the, there's not many options to work for. Kota taught me a lot about the problems the country is facing, not only here in Shima, but in other parts of rural Japan as well. Due to the lack of variety of jobs in the countryside, much of the younger generation leaves their hometowns for big cities like Tokyo and Osaka. Part of the reason Kota decided to start Umi Labo, his pearl farm renovation project, was to make Shima into a place with more possibilities for the younger generation. By doing so, he hopes to restore Shima back to what it was like during its golden era. With over 200 islands in the Ago Bay currently unused, I hope that Kota and his work inspire others into putting the beautiful and bountiful lands of Shima and the Ago Bay to good use. It is, without a doubt, anything but an easy task, but is certainly one that will benefit not only the local community, but the country overall. Thank you so much for teaching me and for this wonderful opportunity, Kota. We've got another long day ahead of us tomorrow, so for now, why don't we hit the hay? See you tomorrow.
We're now on our second boat of garbage. It's like they're throwing flowers to us at a wedding.
While the first day was anything but the best weather we could have asked for, we were greeted by a beautiful blue sky on day 2. Not gonna lie, we were all a bit worn out from the day before, but we're gonna do the best we can today as well. Our main task for day 2 was to get all of the pearl farming nets off the island and onto the mainland. There, we would load them up onto Japanese K-trucks to have them sent for disposal. Sounds simple enough, right? While not the most complicated task per se, the sheer number of nets, paired with the fact that most of the volunteers couldn't make it to the second day, left us with quite the hefty task on our hands. Even after fully loading up 2 trucks, there were still nets left over. Sadly, we had no choice but to take them back to the island with us. Don't you worry though, we're gonna take care of them next time. Back on the island, photographer Mr. Daisuke took some photos of Kota and his father together. We even got to take commemorative photos as a group later. Thanks, Mr. Daisuke. Finally, here is Kota holding a painting of what he envisions Umi Labo to look like after completion. You'll be able to go fishing, do yoga on the ocean, and even share ideas at their co-working space. I can't wait to see it when it's ready. By lunch, we'd worked up a beast of an appetite, and you know what that means. Ajihei is the local ramen chain here in Mie. We all had some ramen, gyoza dumplings, and karaage, Japanese fried chicken. Mr. Daisuke let me try some of his spicy mabo tofu. A big thanks to Kota for treating us to this meal. Gotsou-sama deshita. I have to say, these 2 days really flew by in the blink of an eye. This is the last time that volunteers are going to be able to help before we get help from professionals. One of the most difficult tasks is going to be reconstructing the walls along the shoreline. In order to do so, companies have to get their cement rollers onto boats and across the waters of the Ago Bay. It's inspirational hearing the lengths that Kota is willing to go for its hometown. It was not my first time here, and it definitely won't be my last. I'm looking forward to seeing how Kota's Umi Labo renovation project comes along. Let's come back next time and see how everything progresses. The island is going to be fully open in 2024. When it's ready, I'm sure it's going to be absolutely amazing. Why not drop by the next time you're in Japan? I can't imagine a better way to experience the beauty and modernity of Japan at the same time, all while getting to interact with locals on a personal level. Thanks, Kota, and best of luck in your endeavors. See you soon!